Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhyiddin, Assistant Teacher of English, Shilkari High School. I welcomed my dear students and the viewers on the online class arranged by Pekua Upazila Online School. Be attentive to attend my classes. Today I will conduct the class based on tense. Especially I discussed present perfect tense. That's why we very attentive. We should know what is present perfect tense. I write one question here only. What is present perfect tense? Give example. That's why we discuss the definition of present perfect tense. I write the answer here. The present tense which describe the action that has just finished but the result of which still continues is called present perfect tense. Dear students, look at the whiteboard. I write the definition in English. The present tense which describes the action that has just finished but the result of which still continues is called present perfect tense. Before giving example, giving structure, we should know the definition also. If we know the definition properly, clearly, then we give example ourselves, then we need to learn the structure also. That's why be attentive again. I pronounce this definition again. As a student of class 6 and 7, you should know all definitions in English. Side by side, you can learn also in Bengali for your better understanding. Dear students, what is present perfect? You should give answer in English. That's why I write the answer in English also. The present tense which describes the action that has just finished but the result of which still continues is called present perfect tense. So dear students, now we discuss the example with structure. Previous two classes I do it only one example. This class also I write one example. I have eaten rice. I have eaten rice. This is the example of present perfect tense. If I write the structure of this example, just follow me. I give the name active or affirmative structure like I subject here auxiliary verb have, another one has, and then verb 3, and then object, and then structure extension. So structure of present perfect tense I wrote here: subject, have or has, verb 3, object plus extension. Previous classes I told you most of the tenses have already almost 5 structures. This tense also have 5 structures. This is number 1, active or affirmative. Then I write negative structure of this tense: subject plus have or has plus not plus verb 3 plus object plus extension. Dear students, between these 2 structures, affirmative and negative, there is a little bit difference. We have to bring not after have or has. Okay, you also should have a proper knowledge when you use has and when have. Generally we know third person singular number we use has, and others we use have. Okay, and next one, if I change this structure affirmative to negative, and I change the example I have eaten rice from affirmative to negative, just listen to me and look at the whiteboard. I have not eaten rice. So I told you, between affirmative and negative structure there is only a little bit difference. Not, if I bring not, it become negative, or if I omit not, it will be affirmative. That's why you should learn all the structures very attentively, very carefully. And then interrogative structure. At first I write the structure, then I will change the given sentence affirmative to interrogative. That's why have or has plus subject plus verb 3 plus object plus extension and the sign of interrogation. The sign of interrogation. Dear students, in the given affirmative sentence, affirmative structure, we have auxiliary verb. That's why we do not bring any auxiliary verb. What we have, we just use before the subject. Before the subject. So look at the structure: have or has, subject, verb 3, object, extension, and the most important sign of interrogative sentence, question mark, or the sign of interrogation. I change the given sentence affirmative to interrogative. Have I or you? 2 is correct here. Have I or you eaten rice? Dear students, if you learn the structure with example, this learning is maybe called permanent for you. That's why try to learn example with a structure. Okay, it helps you to learn other structures also. Now look at the 3 structure: active or affirmative, negative, interrogative. Okay, another 2 structures I will write. Before this I raise these 3 structures. Now negative, interrogative. Negative, interrogative. Haven't or hasn't plus subject plus verb 3 plus object plus extension plus the sign of interrogation. So dear students, you should find out a little bit difference between among four structures. If you are able to find the differences among these structures, it will help you to identify what type of sentence it is, tense it is. Okay, so change it. The affirmative one: haven't I or you eaten rice? Haven't I or you eaten rice? This is the negative interrogative form of affirmative form. What tense do we learn? Present perfect tense. Okay. And then the most difficult one, passive form. Dear students, I told you, if you make passive, you have to identify three things. Number one, subject, and then verb, and then object. If you are able to identify these three things, you have to do 5 words. Number one, object change into subject. You have to bring auxiliary verb, and you have to change verb 3, the given verb, and then you have to bring by, and then subject will change into object. Extension, no change. There is no action of extension. Okay, dear students, I read the structure here. Object change into subject, then have or has. Have or has already given in the present perfect tense. You have to bring auxiliary verb been, plus been, then verb 3, then by, then subject change into object, then extension. Dear students, always keep in one thing in your mind, that if you are able to identify these three things, you have enough courage, enough ability to change it passive form without identifying these three things. What three things? Subject, verb, object. If you identify these three things, you will easily make passive form. Otherwise, it is not possible for any students, because sometimes extension is more standard form before these three, then these three parts: subject, object, verb. These three parts only, sometimes 3 words, but extension is standard with many words. That's why you must be identify these three things. Now, dear students, this sentence, make it passive form. I give it first structure, active or affirmative form. Active or affirmative form, and then we change it passive form. Here, object is rise. I make it subject. Here, the given auxiliary verb is have, because here subject I. For especially first person singular number, have is used. Then rise is third person singular number. That's why we have to use has. Has been, then verb 3, eaten, then by, and here subject I write here objective form me. Dear students, look at the whiteboard. The given sentence writes object, I make it subject. Here given auxiliary verb have, I change it has, because changing subject is third person singular number. That's why I have to use third person singular number. And then been for all. If you use have or has, it does not matter. You have to bring been, and then verb 3. Here also verb 3. You have to bring by after the verb first participle, and then here subject I make it object according to the structure. Dear students, Try to learn these structures very carefully. It will help you to understand other structures also. So, dear student, we attend next structure, next tense, present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. I start the class also. Again, what is present perfect continuous tense? Give example. It's also very important for you. If you have enough knowledge in tenses, you will do many things in English, especially for creative writing or spoken English also. It helps you very much. So you have to learn this definition also. What is present perfect continuous? I write the definition here. The present tense which describes the action, the present tense which describes the action Dear students, look at the whiteboard. The present tense which describes the action that sometime and which is not finished yet. It's called present perfect continuous. Tense. Okay, dear students, look at the whiteboard. The present tense which describes the action that is occurred for some time and which is not finished yet is called present perfect continuous tense. If you understand this definition, then it will help you to understand the structure also. This present perfect continuous tense have only 4 structures. Previous 3 has 5 structures, but this tense has only 4 structures. First one is active or affirmative, which start with subject plus have or has plus been plus verb plus ing plus object plus extension. Dear students, this example is also very important for you. Subject plus have or has plus been plus verb plus ing plus subject plus extension. Dear students, you have to find out the difference between present perfect and perfect continuous. Here have or has plus been plus verb plus ing, but present perfect have or has and then verb 3. So be careful to identify these structures also. I write the example with this structure, I have been eating rice. So according to example, subject, have, been, verb plus ing, and then object. Okay, and then next one, negative structure, subject plus have or has plus not plus been plus verb plus ing plus object plus extension. Dear students, we have or has. So when you make it negative form, only use not after the first auxiliary, first part of auxiliary. Here have been two auxiliary verb, but you have to use not the first one. Okay, so change it negative form. I have not eaten rice. Dear students, try to match with the example with structure. Subject, have, not, verb 3, here, have been eating rice. I have not been eating rice. I have not been, here I have been eating rice. Just use not here. I have not been eating rice. I have not been eating rice. Okay. Next one, negative interrogative. Okay, at first I give interrogative form. Have or has plus subject plus been plus verb plus ing plus object plus extension, and then the sign of interrogation or question mark. Dear students, as we have auxiliary verb in the given sentence, so we just bring the first part of auxiliary before subject, have or has, and then subject. Other parts will remain unchanged. After the sentence, we have to put the question mark. Since the sentence into interrogative form, the first one here, based one, have I or you, have I or you been eating rice, and then question mark. Just I bring have before the subject, other parts will remain unchanged, and after the sentence I put the marks of interrogation. And then the last structure of present perfect continuous tense, negative interrogative form. Negative interrogative, haven't or hasn't plus subject plus been plus verb plus ing plus object plus extension plus the sign of interrogation. Dear students, it's also a little bit difference between interrogative and negative interrogative. Where I use have or has, now I use haven't or hasn't. Only a little bit difference between interrogative and negative interrogative. So I change the given sentence into negative interrogative. Haven't I or you been eating rise. Dear students, that's all. We have to finish the classes with these two structures, present perfect, continuous. This is very important for you. It helps you to learn other structures also. Thank you.